personal meeting is really very important. I'm not saying that personal consultation shouldn't be done, because they need to be done. But when it comes to the initial part of the consultation where you decide whether to work or not, that is where a lot of time can be saved. Now, when you are completely 100% sure that this is your customer, then you can definitely go and travel. Initial consultation is super important for every services based business, because it doesn't matter if you are somebody who's into the designing sector, into the financial sector, if you are into the healthcare sector or the legal sector, or a coach, a trainer or coach. You could be giving any kind of service, but unless and until your customers don't have the trust and credibility whether you can solve their problem or not, they won't be buying from you. And because of this, you see every services based business, you have an initial consultation where you talk to your customer, they talk to you, both of you get to know each other, and then ultimately you close the deal. Right now, in this particular video, I'm going to be sharing with you what are the benefits that each of these professions can have if they take this consultation online, and how that can help them to scale their business to a complete whole new level. So if you're someone who is into these particular categories, if you're a professional designer or a coach, hi, this is me, Sankash Narvekar. I am a business digitalization transformation specialist, and I help business owners to launch and grow their business digitally. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the benefits, the 4 most important benefits of taking your consultation online, and how that can help you to a greater extent. So without a further ado, let's quickly jump on to my mind map over here. And here are the 4 benefits that you can get through online consultation. Number 1, the flexibility of location. Now, this is the most important benefit, because you know what? As a consultant and as a service provider, you can now reach out to anybody without having a location barrier. Okay. Now, let me give you an example. Let's say I want accounting services. I want to get connected to a CA, and maybe I don't know anybody who's a CA. Okay. None of my relatives know anybody who is a CA. Now, what is the best option for me? I have 2 options. Number 1 is maybe I'll go out on the road and search for CA offices and CA firms. Or the second option is I'll just pick up my phone and look for CA near me. What do you think is the best option in today's world? I'm pretty sure you would be going with option number 2, right? And similarly, because of this, because of online consultations, you can connect with anyone for an initial consultation without having any location barrier. I take webinars where I'm sitting in Mumbai in my home, and I'm able to connect with people who are in Hyderabad, Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Pune, and multiple other cities, even after 9 p.m. Okay, that means they are at the comfort of their home. I am at the comfort of my home. None of us have to travel. And even though we don't travel, we can have that consultation online. Now, once you have that initial consultation, once that meeting is fixed, once you know that, this is the client that I want, once they know that this is the kind of service provider I want, then you can meet, right? But initially, this will actually help you to save a lot of your time, lot of your money, and lot of your effort by having that flexibility of location. And there are people who even travel while they're working. Okay, so this is one of the best benefit, which is the flexibility of location. The second benefit that we have over here, which I already mentioned in the first benefit in some manner, is the flexibility of time. Now, as a service provider, if you are moving from one location to another to do one consultation, maybe for the second consultation, you might have to move from that location to some other location for the second consultation. So by the time you do your 4 to 5 consultations, the whole day might have gone. Yeah, the whole day might have gone wasted only in consultations. Now, just imagine if you are just sitting in your office, or if you're sitting in your home and you are doing these consultations, the traveling time, which could be even minimum half an hour to 1 hour to 2 hour, if that can be reduced, that's a lot of time benefit that you get, because in that time, maybe you can do many more other consultations, or you can use that time for actually doing some other work, maybe like serving your customer, or focusing more on the services, or focusing on your team. right? So this gives you very much flexibility of time by not having to travel much. And another thing is that personal meeting is really very important. I'm not saying that personal consultation shouldn't be done, because they need to be done. But when it comes to the initial part of the consultation where you decide whether to work or not, that is where a lot of time can be saved. Now, when you are completely 100% sure that this is your customer, then you can definitely go and travel. Yeah. So it's more important to create a hybrid model than to actually just go with what's not working, or to completely shift your model. All right. So that's the second benefit that we have, which is the flexibility of time. And the third benefit of an online consultation is it is super cost effective. If you are someone who's living in India, the petrol costs, you already know, they are shooting up like anything, right? And if you have to travel using your own car, and most of the consultants do that, it's super costly. You might know that, right? And not just that, but even while you're traveling for consultations, it's not just that you will be traveling only for consultations. You will have to wait at a restaurant and have some food. Maybe you will have to wait for refreshments, and there are multiple different other costs which might come in between, right? And all of these costs can be definitely saved when you go online, because when you are online, all that you need is a really good internet connection, and you need a good camera and a microphone, and that's a one-time investment that you put in. It's not a recurring investment that you put in, right? So it is super cost effective when you're doing online consultations. And when after an online consultation, if you actually want to go and meet someone, and if you want to give your personal time, you can also charge people for actually spending your personal time. Because when you're doing online consultation, there can be n number of consultation that you do. Maybe you do two consultations in a traditional manner earlier. If you just switch to online, that two consultations could be easily converted into 8 to 10 consultations. Now, if you're doing 10 consultations, you have a lot of options. And if you have options, you can actually select whom do you want to work with, right? So that's a really powerful situation to be in. And if you can select whom you want to work with, you can definitely charge for the final consultations also. Yeah. So that's the third thing, that online consultations can be really cost effective. And not just cost effective, it can actually give you some revenue in for the later consultations in your business. Yeah. And the final benefit that we have over here is your review process and analysis becomes much more easier. Because see, when you're doing a personalized meeting, it becomes difficult to gain data points and to gather data about what the other person is going through, what are the problems that they're facing, what are their aspirations that they face. But when you take it online, the best thing that you can do is you can actually collect data like never before. Okay. And not just collect data from your customers, but even give them something. Now let's say some customer of yours have some doubts, or they have some queries which can easily be answered if you can just straight away provide them with a recording. Because now you don't have to be personally physically present there in order to answer all of their questions. The consultation that you have done, you can just record the whole thing and just send the recording to people, so that their life becomes much more simple. Yeah. So the review and analysis process becomes really very easy. You can collect a lot of data, and you can also help the other person in order to solve their problems in a better manner. And that's how, here are the four things that can easily benefit you with the online consultation if you're using that. Now, in case if you are a coach, consultant, professional, or a designer, and if you are giving services, if you're giving your expertise in return for money, and if you have not yet switched on from the traditional format to the hybrid model, then let me tell you, I would like to give you something. I would like to invite you for my free webinar, where I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 secrets on how you can attract a lot of customers through digital methods. So you can go down at the bottom. I've given down the link. You can also see the link on my screen, sankash.co/digitalize. And looking forward to meet you in the webinar. This will be a live webinar. And if you like this video, please make sure you like it and subscribe it, because you don't ever would want to miss any of these kind of informative videos in the future from me, right? So awesome. Thank you so much for staying till the end, and looking forward to see you in the next video that I create. Until then, bye bye and take care.